Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review. And yes, I said review because today's video is going to be more of a rant video than an actual review. About a month ago I was requested to watch the notoriously known anime School Days, with a warning that it might put me off anime for life. Now it didn't come that far, but I do have a thing or two to say about this anime. So the story of School Days centers around Makoto Ito, a boy who has a big crush on a girl named Kotohana Katsura. But Makoto doesn't dare to approach Kotohana and is fine with just watching her from a distance. But when his classmate Sekai Sayonji discovers the feelings of Makoto, she decides to take the first step and introduce them to each other. And that's when shit hits the fan. Now believe it or not, I actually found two positive things to say about this anime. I even astonished myself by finding them. The first one being the music. I enjoyed the songs both at the end and at the intro. My favorite song was Kanashimi no Mokue, which is played in the last episode at a very important scene, let's say. The other positive thing is that I found three characters in this anime that I didn't hate at one point in time. You heard me well, three. First character I didn't hate was Nanami Kanroji. I felt really sad for her because of what happens to her in the anime, and I actually thought that she would commit suicide in the final episodes. The second character plays into one of the most asked questions about School Days. Who is best girl? Well, the second character I didn't hate was one of the main characters, Kotohana. I felt so sorry for her, not only for what happens on the romantical platform, which I'm going to rant extensively about in a minute, but also the way she was bullied by other characters made me feel really compassionate with her. Now I'm not talking about what happened at the end of the anime, that's a whole other story which I'm also going to talk about later on. So was Kotohana best girl? No, and it also wasn't Sekai. Because the girl that deserved my all-time respect was Setsuna Kiora. Everything she does is for the sake of Sekai. She's willing to sacrifice everything to make sure that Sekai is happy. Her own feelings, her future, her dignity, and even more than that. Setsuna was definitely the most likable character in the entire anime. And with that, everything that was positive about this anime has been said. Now before I dive into the negative points and the rant part of this review, I must warn you that everything I'm going to say from now on will contain spoilers. I'm probably going to say every possible spoiler there is to tell about School Days. So if for some reason you're planning on watching School Days, click the link here and it will send you straight to my conclusion. Also, I have to say that I was spoiled before I started watching School Days. It's difficult not to be spoiled when it comes to this anime. But being spoiled didn't ease the shock that I experienced. Not at all. So the easiest way for me to get through these negative points is by reviewing each of the characters that I disliked. Like that I will get to everything negative that I have to say about this anime. Starting with the first character being Hikari Kuroda. Can someone explain her logic to me? Please explain to me the following thought pattern. A good friend of mine, being Sekai, is being cheated on by her boyfriend, being Makoto. What could I do to help in this situation? Oh, I know. Why don't I bang Makoto as well? That's going to be a big help to their relationship. What the fuck? I don't even have words to describe how fucked up this is and how surprised I was when we get that shot. At that moment I went down from 4 to 3 remaining likable characters. The others already lost me way sooner. Second character on the hate list is Taisuke Sawanaga. The reason why I hate this dude is the fact that he fucking rapes Kotohana at the school festival. To him it might have felt like normal sex, but Kotohana was completely out of this world at that moment. Because literally 2 minutes before that, she discovered that her boyfriend was cheating on her. That's what I call taking advantage of someone. And then the next day, he just acts extremely casual like nothing ever happened. Moving on to Kato and the 3 bitches like I like to call them. Not only do I hate the 4 of them because of the fact that all of them banged Makoto, but also because they're the bitches that bully Kotohana so much in the first part of the anime. They're the kind of people I simply want to slap in the face. The main girl of the 4, Kato Otome bangs Makoto when she knows that he's already cheating on Kotohana with Sekai. That's like cheatception or something. And the other three decide to casually have a fucking foursome with him, while one of them already has a boyfriend. Cheating seems to be the normalest thing in this anime. Now before I get to the main characters, I have to tell something. I told before that the thing I hate the most in anime is over the top fan service. Well, there's another thing that I hate to see in anime, and that is NTR. For those of you who are new into the anime world, NTR is when we have a couple and then someone, usually being the best friend of the girl, steals the boy away. I already saw it in a couple of animes and I don't like it, because most of the time the original couple was the one that I was rooting for. And that brings me to the main character Sekai. This is NTR brought to an extreme level. In the first half of the anime, I fucking hated her. She was a slut and a backstabber. I mean, why would you first bring two people together if you're going to bang the guy right away after that? And the worst thing about it all was that they kept it a secret from Kotohana for such a long period of time. So when she then gets cheated on by Makoto, I actually enjoyed the turmoil that she was going through. It was like a taste of her own medicine. But then in the final episode, something changed. At that point I didn't enjoy her turmoil anymore, especially after she becomes pregnant. How she then gets thrown away by Makoto like a filthy old rag made me feel compassionate with her, and my hatred towards her started to diminish. So what then happens at the end of the anime still shocked me. Oh man, that scene where Kotohana slashes Sekai is officially the most disturbing shit I have ever seen. That shot that was taken from inside Sekai's abdomen, where her child/embryo was, made me want to throw up. That was so fucked up and creepy. It's an image I will never be able to forget. So although I can't forgive Sekai for what she did at the start of the anime, she didn't need to die for me. That's something that she didn't deserve in my eyes. But everything that I just said, all the fucked up shit that happens in the entire anime, is all the fault of one single character. This fuckface. Oh my god, I never wanted a character to die in anime before, but this guy, man, I wanted him to die from the very first episode. In the first episodes, he doesn't bang anything that wears a skirt yet, but he is such an irritating and unknowing character. He has no idea how to deal with women, no idea what it means to be in a relationship, and absolutely no fucking idea about women's feelings in a relationship. This is already clear as day when he's in a relationship with Kotohana. Here he's already someone who thinks with his dick instead of with his head or heart. Then comes the shit where he cheats on Kotohana with Sekai because Kotohana doesn't want to go further, and that's tiring to him. Again, someone who has absolutely no fucking clue how to deal with women. He's like the anti-gentleman, doing everything he shouldn't and nothing that he should. Further on then, just minutes before he finally let the world know that he's in a relationship with Sekai now, he's already cheating on her with Kato. And after that the floodgates opened and he fucked everything that wore a skirt. From a foursome with the bitches, taking advantage of Setsuna, to the end of the anime where he again takes advantage of Kotohana, who is clearly completely fucked up in the head by then. But the thing that perhaps infuriated me the most was the way that he treats Sekai from the point where it becomes clear that she's pregnant with his child. By that time he was just a complete sex-obsessed lunatic and I was looking forward to his death. This fucker crossed every moral boundary that I have, and if I lived in that universe I would have gladly stabbed him myself, because to me he died way too fast and way too easy there. So as a conclusion, School Days is the worst anime I have seen till today, and it boggles my mind that shit like this actually exists. If you have almost no likable characters, a story that enraged me every single episode, and the most fucked up ending ever in anime, then you all know what I'm going to rate this anime like. A half out of 5 stars. I never recommend watching it. It left images burnt on my retina and I doubt that they will ever go away. What I instead advise to watch is True Tears, because it also features a love triangle and very complicated relationships and situations without the fucked up shit. It's one of my personal favorites. It has an amazing story, very good drama and intriguing romance. And it's actually a disgrace that I am recommending True Tears in a School Days review. And with that I conclude my review / rant of School Days. As usual, you can find a full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put them in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put them in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. I will say arigatou gozaimasu. I have now an appointment with my psychiatrist and I will see you all in the next video.